Hello people of YouTube and the internet, I am CheapGP, the guy who always looks different in every animation because I cannot save body proportion. The world of Pokémon is amazing. It's full of unique creatures and each creature have its type. Each type come with unique features. For example, this is Eevee, Pokemon that can evolve in different types, and each types can show how they usually look like. For example, the fire type will have red colors with fire elements, the water type will have some aquatic features, the grass type is a plant, dark type is dark and mysterious, and another stuff. For example, I want you to look at this Pokemon. This is Arceus, basically the Pokemon version of the god. Now, it's so much better than Eevee because Eevee can evolve only once and it will be its final form, while Arceus, basically all type in the same time. Of course, to make such ability possible, he can change the type. But can you see the thing here? Yeah, basically the thing that he do just change the color, and that's not much original. So I thought, cheap, I know what you should do. This is me, drawing Arceus as different Pokemon types. And of course I think the canon will never be like that because I don't think the company that make Pokemons, Nintendo, will never do that because it's too complicated. I mean, it's possible but I don't think they will do it actually. So let's see what I did and let's see my idea process because I will talk in this video because it's an original video. I can make completely original stuff. So let's go here. Now for all drawings I will do the same thing. I will draw the eye, the face and then the whole body. But body will depend on the type. Now the eye colors in this version is basically the normal type color and the green that he usually have. Now I think he have 4 eyes on both his side of head. That sound dumb. But I decided to give him 1 eye. Basically he will have the one eye on all his version, but there will be an exception. Now for the normal type I decided to go to make him like he usually look with some differences. So I decided to redraw completely his head, well in my style. Well, let's be honest, my style is just me trying to recreate something, but because my hands growing from the wrong places, it's barely attention. Now, yeah, that's how it goes. Basically redrawing his head. Now, well, it's come to Pokemon description, I don't think he will have any unique, like, I think it will be classified as a one being. But yeah. Oh, and also on lots of this drawing I will learn the new stuff, like for example how I can copy the body part, then put it on the background and it look like completely mirrored. Oh, not mirrored, yeah, I don't know how to say it. Yeah, actually I don't know what to say much to this drawing because nothing actually happened right now. Now, while I was drawing his body, I was drawing to also make it a copy, but the thing unique with his body that his shape of the body, count how many times I said body, is kinda have this, how you say it, heels from what his arms supposed to be growing. But I try to do that, but my legs coming from different spots, so it doesn't look that natural. Now I will do that with him and then I will do it with the fire type and then I will stop doing this because I don't like the way it's look. Because I've stopped the way it liking it. But yeah, I drew the head too big and decided to shrink it a little bit. Actually, I would say today, well, in this drawing it would not kinda like, I like the way it was shrinking, like, it shrinked, but it's still good, it doesn't like get too pixelated. I usually complain about it because I want my image to be good, I want it to be big and able to tell what's going on. But maybe it's not that bad because it's not that, but maybe it's not that bad because it's not that much pixelated. Not that complicated. Yeah, that's what I want to say. Well, for a while I was trying to think how to draw his legs, like I want to give him hoofs, like usually he already looked like a deer, but I want to do those hoofs. And in the end I decided to not like in the way they look now because it look unnatural to me, and decided to go with a different way. Now you can see that usually he have this body hoofs, the circle on his body. I decided to not give it to him because it already will look abnormal. Now I draw the tail. Now the tail is set to go the color of the hoofs. In fact, well, not hoofs, circle, the hollow hoops. Now I decided to give him those legs like they floating, like they are jets. They something like a floaty futuristic material, so he can float. I guess that's the only unique ability he have in this form. Now, let's keep going with the tail. In original he have this and tail like lizard like tail was part of his body. I decided to not go with that and I decided to make his tail completely furry, like animalistic. Well, I kinda like this idea. And in the end I think I kinda use a lot of these colors, like I use color yellow and green a lot because it's color of his circle on his body. And I kinda go with that idea, like in lots of his form he will have this yellow and green gemstones. I don't know what gemstone it is. I would say maybe it's something like organic material, or let's say maybe it's like, I would say emerald, maybe it's peridot. I'm not saying it these materials, it be completely original materials. Well, yeah, now it's time from, well, comments to doing, I will say I did kinda make it a bit simple-ish. Like, in all version it's so simple and it's always turned in the same direction, but I think it's look good. So I was going the same thing with fire type, but for fire type I was going to make his head flamey and maybe change color to a bit pinkish, well, the shade of pink because mix of red and white. Now, for the face, I want to give some magma. Like, for original, I didn't plan for this, but I thought it would make sense. And because I want to give him a bit more fire elements, because I think the hair is just not enough. And there was idea just making him full fire, but I thought maybe the flame should come out from some form of the crown. And you see, I use again the green jewels. I will use that color a lot because I think it will be something like his signature thing. Now, as I said, I was planning to give him just a fiery head, but I thought it should come from the crown. Now, I want this fire to go from the top of his body and be like full on his back, but I say no to that idea, just making him this little flame and then the tail. And I give the same crown, well, not the crown, the thing on his place where his tail should be. The same thing and just making the fiery tail. Now, you see this hump, well, this heel on his back. Now, again, I said I would do the same thing, this heel on the normal and fire type, because it's like his shoulder, the arm should become from there, but I didn't get that idea and just make it useless body part. Now, I would also a lot for the beginning of this characters, I would a lot shrink the head because I didn't think the proportion correctly. Now, I'm not sure what was my idea back then. I was give him the paws, like he walking on a paws, and actually he kinda looked like a camel. Now, it wasn't my original idea, but I guess he kinda looked like some different creatures with the hoofs, but it won't be always look like this. Now, for the arms, I always wanna play it like he have these gold things, and I didn't give him the green jewels, I just make them red because I don't want them being green all the time. Actually, I kinda plan them to be different color for every type, but I say no to that idea. I'm still not saying maybe that was a nice idea doing it in all different, in the same colors. Now, because his back was pretty empty, I decided to give him on his back this little saddle. Well, not a saddle, a jewelry. And just for the nice look. He is a guy who like nice look. I thought half of this jewelry is part of his body, I don't know. Now, I also think it's pretty simple, and although they all will be this simple, it look fine to me. I don't think there's anything else to add to this. Now, for his grass type, I decided to go with complete originality, making him empty, like his eye socket is empty. Its emptiness is just this green glow. Although it's not actually glowing, because I still don't know how to make a perfect glowing effect. I mean, I could do something with, I don't know how you call this thing. Now, idea was to make him full wood. I decided to give him the wooden face, wooden body, grass hair, and his neck, leg, and tail would be some kind of vines. And I decided to give them those that they connected to each other, they cross on each other, make them look like a vines. Of course I kinda did it, but I still think it's kinda childish. Now for sometimes I have the idea in the body to make it like bushy body, like his body is a bush. But looking at the vines, I thought maybe the vine should come from his body. And of course I added those woody particles effect and cutting this middle tree to make it not perfect, because I don't know, have you ever ripped a part of a tree? They never like this clear. Now I decided to give him some mold on the wood. Now I want to give him vines on the wood, like you know Iron Golem from Minecraft, but I decided to give him that a mold. Now for the legs, I decided to that maybe there should be something like emptiness, and again those vines coming up and forming the legs. Now for the tail I also want to give him vines, and I give him 3 tails, because I usually like doing that, like give creature multiple tails. It's a nice practice to learn how to put things and curl them together, how on top of each other and other stuff. Now I also want to give him those full vine legs, like they mix together. How can you say it? Imagine spider legs, but they cross together to form a regular leg. I want to do that thing, but I tried to make him vines. Actually, you can still do that, but his feet will be those locks, those spikes. He have a spiky legs. I think it's kind of hard to work on these legs. Although I don't know, if you were born like this, you will have manage this. I mean, if you have suddenly tail, you will not know what to do with it. But if you were born with tail, you would easily know what to do. Now for his hair, I give him those tiny berries, like those are different kinds of berries, like wild berries, blueberries, some gray berries, I don't know. Well, I'm not sure that would be the classical Pokemon berries. I thought it would be something, yeah, I don't know how to say, different kinds of real life berries. So the next type I did was the water type, and because I did it because water, fire, grass, the basic start Pokemon. So I decided to make him look like a whale, like another legendary Pokemon God. Well, not God, I think it's more like elemental. Well, I mean, yeah. So as well I was decided to make him a fish creature, like he is full developed to live underwater. I decided to make him look like he fighting in the land, because most of the time Pokemon do fight on the land, and we see them land how they stand on land. So he have this tail, he have those arms, well, like fish, but he able to move like a seal, and if he want to, he can stand up on his, how you say it, he can stand up, let's just say it. Even if he moves like a seal, he not a joke. I mean, real life seal not a joke. I mean, yeah, they look cute, cuddly, but it's still a wild animal, and if he want to, he will attack you. Now, I'm drawing him some spikes, because I wanna give those jewelries like he have in... Well, I mean, remember how I didn't draw the circle on his body? Now, I'm trying to reference the circles as much as I can, because it's something like basic, like... It's like drawing Pikachu without his tail, or without his cheeks. It's a sin. So I'm fixing it by making the same offer. Now I drawn down a lot of green, like I tried to do blue, but I think I still will go with the green, because naturally in original form it's always green. I mean, maybe making a different color would make more sense, I don't know. Well, I still go with that. So I learned one interesting thing. If you make things translucent, you can delete colors and make it so much easier. This is what I learned. I'm still learning. So now for I did the body color, I did it a bit bluish, and I wanna go with dark colors. I don't know, like I always like dark colors more than bright colors, because yeah, I don't know. Now I drew him some belly. Well, I don't think what this is. I think this will be just normal skin. Now, actually, while I'm thinking, I didn't do much things for this Pokemon. Like, I didn't draw him nothing on his body, no lines, no scales. That's very weird for me. Well, you know, starts trying to thinking, maybe no scales, no this stuff is way better than overdoing it a little bit. Like, then I was drawing the Kira from Farfetch redesign. I think I was did with those 4 lines. So I'm trying to say stop, then I needed. I mean, I could do some spots. Yeah, I probably should add some spots on this drawing because that would be look nice. But indeed, and his face, a little beard, like like in Egypt they'll have those things. No, because I think his face was a bit too empty. So I decided to fix the situation by adding these things. Well, my final thoughts. I need more spots. So the next type will be fly Pokemon, and for the fly Pokemon I decided to give him, I don't even remember what I decided to go with gray and blue inside. I actually want to make his eye, the inside eye, make blue, but I already did with a water type, so I decided to make it inside gray and outside blue. Now for the fly Pokemon I decided to make him like a bird creature, because it's basically how it works. Now the big guy kind of didn't figure what I want to do, like I want him to have this small beak, but also I want him to make this on bottom of his head, well, face. And I decided to go with circle beak. Now I didn't plan make him any type of the bird, like I was going to be original, but I think in the end he kinda looked like a stroke. Weird, I have something for the stroke bird, but it doesn't matter. Now he is upstanding, because usually birds have those legs and arms, wings, so making him, actually I think I could make him like a griffin, but I don't know, I decided, well, I did that for the dragon. Well, not exactly griffin, but I will tell you, then I will start drawing the dragon type. Now I also did some belly color. I tried to be natural, not such much rough. Actually I think I drew lots of spikes in this character. I don't know, because I think they look cool. Now the legs, I also make them bent legs. To be fair, I like those idea of bent legs. And of course this jewelry. I will draw them anyway. Actually I think for this I choose a different color of the green, like a bit darker. So not to do the same thing. Now while drawing his leg I decided to go with the black, soft black. Because I want to see the line that his legs are actually about. And of course those lines, I think they look cool. I think I should draw them more often. And again, see, I make it translucent, remove with a bucket and eraser the part I don't need, and then adding some shading to show that it's from behind. Well, not behind, from the other side of his body, which, I don't know, physically maybe it will not be that dark. I don't know, maybe it's just me. So yeah, I decided to go with the blue color because the color of the type is blue, so yeah. Now I decided to go with him, give him the belly of the same color of his face, and also decided to give him some whites because, like white belly, lots of creatures have those white bellies. Actually I wonder why. Like, does it have evolutionary point? Maybe it's, I don't know. Now for the wings, I wanted to give him those wings that spread out and like he's have those like griffin backs, but I didn't find the perfect way to do it, so I decided to give him those little cartoonish arms, well, I mean wings, and making them white. So basically this Pokemon is all white and blue. Well, I think it's not blue, it's cyan, but cyan is the shade of blue. Give him this jewelry, like I think his beak will be organic metal, or maybe organic gold. Kind of make you think, is Arceus actually have some metal parts inside of him? Well, that doesn't matter. So while I'm starting to draw in the next type, the back type in my list. Well, I decided to go with the back type because I complicate it. Like, I should probably do the normal after water, but I do that. Now for the back type, I decided to give him completely unique eye, like insect. And I decided to finally give him the second pair of eyes. Well, actually I give him, I think, another 4 pairs of eyes. Combining that, it would be 6 pair of eyes, like insect do. Well, I don't know, like... Yeah, I'm trying to remember what insect have pair of eyes. Actually they have 2 eyes, but they are like one singular. I mean, they have thousands of eyes, but it's completely in one pair of eyes. Yeah, I'm talking too much. So for the body I decided to go, actually I don't know what I decided to go. I mean, I don't know that I was not planning anything special, I just trying to go and see what I have in my mind, and in the end I decided, well, not decided, I just make him look like a cricket. Now he have a heighten, and I decided to that back heighten go into those spikes, something like if he had the wings. Well, he doesn't have the wings. I don't know, it's just a decoration. Or maybe, well, yeah, it's just a decoration. Now again, I decide to go with a bit darker color, and it's not that bad. Now the belly, and yeah. Now, then it's come to sizing. I think they all will be the same size. Well, the body always will be the same size, and his tallness will fully depend on his leg and the way they bend. Like I would say, he would be the lowest, while the play type will be the highest. And there are some guys who float, but I don't know. Now, well, it's come to his biology. Yeah, I think his height will be really unbreakable. His belly will be the weak part. Those places, like if they have wings, they will bend to hide the back, and he mostly will walk on the ground. Now I decided to give them spikes because usually crickets have them. Well, and they have them on the legs, back legs, but I gave him everywhere them. Now, again, I decided to give him those very unique bent legs, because, I don't know, I think they're cool. Don't you think they're cool? They're awesome. And I was planning to give them, I don't know exactly where I want them, but I think the back of his leg would look fine. And here's the only second trick that I can just copy the frame, copy the frame, put it on back of the original image, and yeah, you don't even have to erase nothing, it will be on the back. Now here I see that his belly actually go against his wings, and so I erase a little bit and make it clean and smooth. So yeah, actually I was really confused about this one because I thought a little bit maybe I overdo it a little bit. So, but in the end, after thinking about that, I say it look fine. So next time I combine the Pokemon of the ground uniction, the ground type, the rock type, and the steel type. So the rock benders from Avatar could easily defeat them. And that was some of my jokes. Now for the rock type, I decided to make his skin, his face full of these unique materials. Like those are metals, diamonds, gold. See that blue? Yeah, that's the diamond. Some Mr. Egg for you. The rare material, which only come in two parts of his body, and you have to find it. Now, actually, I would say I kinda like the drawing those rocks. Now, it's not that, well, I'm not saying that I'm the rock specialist, I was just making those half circles, and then inside I was filling them to make them look like they're independent rock connected together, just smooshed together. Now I was drawing here those like it's a dirt. Now his skin, his real skin, will be dirt. And that golden thing on his rock head is a gold. I was trying to give this vibe. Now he have those real skin is a dirt and outside skin is a rock. So that's kinda make him combination of rock and ground Pokemons. Also those minerals kinda mean that he is also a metal type. Although he have only gold and iron and those are metals. Yeah, don't know what to say. Now I was trying to give him the vibe like he has been in battle, those cracks, and actually they kinda look nice. I mean, I would still say they kinda childish, but they look nice to me. Now again, actually I think I was doing the same thing what I did with the grass type, giving him those legs of these unique materials, and the feet or the hoofs will be made of the materials that I was planning to be the main. So the rock. Well, not the main, the shell. He have the rocky shell, so his feet will be made of the same shell. So yes, and then let's come to his appearance. I don't think what he look like a typical animal. I mean, he kinda look like a sheep, but I would more say like he like a horse. I mean, he look like a sheep, but I would say I would put him in the same category as a horse. Now, the minerals are only visible in his dirt parts. I don't think should I put them in Does minerals like grow inside of dirt? Like, can you find them in the dirt? I mean, you probably can. Well, what can I say about this drawing? Well, again, it's very simple. I like the way I did the rocks, very original, and kinda look nice. I give myself high five. High five. The next one will be the ground type, and I would say that my rock type already looked like he could be the both ground and rock, but I decided to make the ground type. Now, usually the ground type Pokemons just dig in the ground and they look like a typical animal, but with this one I decided to turn him into the ground. Yeah, like, you don't know what to do, just turn the Pokemon into that element. Kind of silly, kind of cheap tricks, but other. And here I drawn against spikes. I really like drawing those spikes, I don't know why. So I decided to give him the top grass, because ground and ground and grass, and that's kinda mean that he both ground and grass element. Don't know why if I suddenly start combining elements. But you know, who say that they couldn't. So that wouldn't mean that already the grass type I did could be both grass and dark, because his face kinda looked like a skull. Now, yeah, nothing too much to say, I just drew in the grass, and the grass, it's not even part of his body, just the grass that grown suddenly. I mean, of course every time he will transform into this type, there will always be grass in him, but it's, you can rip it apart and he won't even feel a thing. He'll just say thank you. Although, looking at these roots, it can say that it might be hurt a little bit. Now I want to draw him roots because to make him look like more realistic. But I don't know if that's how grass roots grow look like. Now I decided to give this particles because ground, earth and other stuff. Like Minecraft. And here I decided to make something interesting. I give him a little skull inside. Like he got this skeleton piece inside of him, and decided to make it even more interesting, giving him a tail, which is actually will be this little dinosaur tail. Now, yeah, that's kinda, I think it's cute. You can say this is dumb, but I don't know, I like it. I mean, you can find this stuff in dirt. I guess this is the mineral you can find in dirt. The, how you say it, the excavation, no. Prehistoric, I don't know what, I have to say it. Okay, I will say it later. Maybe never. So for the feet, yeah, I decided to give him more bones inside of him, but for the feet I decided to make it made of skulls. Well, not skulls, small skeletons. Now, I was actually planning to give him the grass boots, or something like that, but I thought that would look cooler. And by the way, I don't know, skeleton kinda mean that he could be a dark type, although he doesn't look that evil. But who cares? Now I will say that I should probably delete those lines on his legs, but I can already finished. I mean, alright, you may say that I'm lazy, but then I finished like I feel like I'm finished. I not much don't want to add something new. Yeah, I'm such a lazy person, aren't I? But for the next type. Now, since typical Arceus already look like he have some metallic part, and Pokemon have the thing that they have Iron Spirit and that could classify as a metal type, so I decided to go with that never give up. Like, go with the thing that always work. I decided to turn him into a robot. Yeah, if you don't know how to make a metal type, just make a robot. It will work. And here again I draw spikes. Now, yeah, I don't know, it can look like if someone tried to recreate the Arceus and make this robot. Now for the arms, legs, whatever, I decided to make them wheels. You know, like he can go really fast. But yeah, what can I say? I kinda like it. Although for a long time I didn't know how to draw the wheels perfectly. I was planning to make them float, I was planning to go them into that inside of this. But yeah, I'm happy with what I did. It kinda look like heels on a wheels. Imagine heels on a wheels, that's like a torch device. Yeah, and here again you might be wondering why I'm not using the cheat, I just figure out by myself. Excuse me? Well, I'm just, because I didn't paint the inside and it would just ruined it everything. I could easily just paint the inside before and it would be perfect. But no, I'm too lazy. Now drawing those lines, Now, for the steel type, I want there to be a combination of yellow and white. Although he's, yeah, yellow and white, that's it. Not much of the colors, it kinda look like typical, yeah, I would say it kinda look like if someone tried to create a robot clone of Arceus. But it's Arceus himself, no one robotly cloned him. I will also say comment about his head. Like for the head I decided to make his face like a screen with two green eyes. His mouth will be those lines, red lines like speakers, and his head will float in the body. Like I really hard tried to make the illusion like his head not connected to the body. You know Eve from Valley. No, I was kinda going with that thing, but vertically. No, I was trying actually those trick I once saw on the internet. I think I didn't do it right. Now that I tried to give the image like I don't even know how to say it, maybe that's why I couldn't do it. But yeah, again, pretty simple, but not bad, not bad. For the next type, the electric type. Now, for the electric type, I decided to give him the two set of pupils, eyes, I don't know, like to, because I want to give him this electricity inside of his eyes, like he's charging. I actually used that trick twice in those typing. So yeah, I again didn't know what to do. I was originally going, no, those lines I can't give them wavy because electricity. Actually, I think I was trying to do lots of wavy stuff here, like hair wavy, the spikes wavy, also give him horns because lightning rods. And actually, I kinda like the way I did them. Also one thing, I give them inside of electricity, like in the middle of those rods there will be electricity. Each one he will shoot. He will shoot from his horns. Also, the nice bluish electricity. And again, childish, but man do I like this. Now, again, did I know free? Yeah, I just stopped for some reason. Sorry for that. Now, for body shapes, I again was drawn to make him a bit. He can look like a villain to me. Now, give those spikes on his chin. Again, because lightning rods, because electricity. And again, now I think I kinda, yeah, give him the feline characteristics. Now, for colors, I don't even remember what I did. I think I did the yellow and blue. Yeah, yellow and blue I did. Now, because usually electricity imagined to be white and blue and yellow, that's usually how people draw electricity, so I decided to go with that. And he kinda looked like that other legendary Pokemon that's kinda like a lightning weasel. Yeah, sorry for not saying the name right, I know we'll never be able to get it right now. So I decided to give him those fur, which one, well, combination of the same color, and the paw will be bolt. So he have those bolt paws. Now, I don't know what reason could I solve, I just customization reason. No true biology behind those things. Although if I could, if I want, I could give it a real true biology. He have those paws so he didn't charge the ground underneath him. So also I give him a little electricity particles around him. Am I drawing them right now? Yeah, tons of electricity, and I think when you shrink the image it will be really hard to see. But in the end, I kinda like it. To be fair, I would say that electric type is my favorite right now. But I would say also that I kinda like the psychic type, and I also like the ghost type. Well, I mean the version I did. You will see later what I'm talking about. Or maybe not, maybe I'm the only one who will like them. Alright, let's continue the next type. The ice type, and fun story about this one. I draw this drawing twice because when I first drew it, my recording device OBS Studio glitched and it freeze on one image, so it didn't record nothing, and I draw the ice type and I think the poison type twice because it didn't film anything. Only this face, and I'm not talking, he only record this part. Now for the ice type I was going to make him big and fluffy, because cold and other stuff. He kinda looked like a ship. And I guess that will be his Pokemon entry, because he will be the warmest creature there is. Inside of this, there's be super warm. And basically, he can burn a house if he stands next to it. Kinda make him the fire type, but no, he's an ice type. Pure ice type. Now these ship particles, which one I like the ship blue color because snow. Those horns, I give him the 2 pair of horns because I kinda wanted to make not typical creature. And I guess then I first drew him, he was kind of smaller. Like, I want him drawn big, and the first time I kind of fell at this. And the second time he looked exactly the way I wanted it. So maybe I should consider in drawing things twice. Doing a bit more effort, being actually a good artist. But I don't know, lots of people say I'm already a good artist. I'm not personally seeing it because I think I could be so much better. And I kinda wanted to be better. So right now we will draw the next type, and I would say that that would be my least favorite type. Not by genre, by the way I drew it. So the next type is poison type, and I would say this is a situation that I did it first time better than I did it last time. And again, it was one of the situations where my studio crashed and I have to redraw it again. Now for the color of the eye, I decided to go with poison colors like poison type original color and green because green usually is set with toxicity. Now I decided to give him this little spider things. Actually, I want to give him a lot of those poison creatures features like colors, and also give him the spike at the end of his tail. Now he's dripping venom. Now I would say a pretty strong venom. I mean, from the Pokemon gods, I think that's venom will be a good stuff. Maybe it will be a hallucination. Imagine a man that can collect a lot of stuff. Now I actually like the idea of this dripping poison. Now for the body, I decided to give them the shape of the snakes and give him 2 arms, which one I will draw later. Now colors, again I say I was drawing a bit more bright colors, but since I'm not a big fan of bright colors, I also trying to make them a bit darker than they usually should be. Now I would say when I first draw him, I was making him like Polka Dot. You know, they should come in Suicide Squad. Well, I don't know, then soon I have to watch the date, and there's the villain Polka Dot Man. I was kinda make him like look like this, except I will replace the white part of his suit with purple. So yeah, I think I could do him so. Again, I could do him much better. Yeah, he kinda look like weird. And again, now again I was giving him these thits like a claws, and there was an option even draw. Maybe I should make them also venomous, like small drip of venom, but then I think it make no sense. So I decided to make those slender arm, and he had pretty strong arms, like they can handle this body weight. Now I'm not sure how much he will weigh. Like I would say maybe a bit lighter, maybe like a pony. Yeah, he weighs like a pony. How usually pony weights? Yeah, I don't know. And for the arms I decided to go with a different colors, like in every part of his body he will have a different colors. And yes, I would say he look ridiculous. And I should probably do something else with him. Yeah, don't even know what to say. Like, it's like I'm not even trying. But I'm not redrawing it because I don't have any else idea what to do, what I can possibly do with him. So we're going to the next type. So the next type I did was the psychic type, and I like it. I mean the design is simple, but I like the idea behind it. So for original I was going to make him 3 hurt eye because psychic. And I was going to, actually for a while I didn't know what I want to do with it, but soon after I decided to do it unique. I decided to turn him into something like an octopus thing, and I'm kinda spoiling it already. But here's the tons of tentacles. Now for the body shape I decided to go with this simplicity, like, I don't know how to say it, like a bug body fish things. I think from this perspective you kinda look like maybe he have 4 eyes, but he actually have 3 eyes, plus that dot on his face. Well, that dot is not an eye, just, I'll say it's a dot. Now, the main idea behind this character was to turn him into giant octopus, and for a while I was just planning to give him a ton of tentacles, but soon after I thought it might be cool if I make him like full octopus. So his body is split on two parts, the head and the tentacles that form the body, and I will say that word a lot, like I have the habit of saying that word many times. It's something like a Coruscant safe, you know, Assassin's School? Is that how it's called? Yeah, Assassin's School. It's something like that. But I don't know. I think in anime he was like a head and then a body, like a pawn, and then tentacles growing from that. Although we never see his real body. I think I don't remember to see it. But characters did make some decision, but I think it's not like that. So yeah, now I'm drawing, like I was planning again, making those things combine, twitch together, grow on each top on each other, and actually in lots of these I try to give some empty space, like how is what the here I give him the empty space because to make it look not that mushed together. And yeah, so I was planning to do that, but I thought it was too empty, and I said to give this uniction. See, now I thought making his body was unnecessary, so he doesn't actually have a body. He making it look like a body. So yeah, a tons of those tentacles, and I'm saying it's kinda a very simple design, but I like it. Now I like the idea behind it. It's weird, it's unique, you never see a creature like this. I mean, you see, but I don't know. You know, there was an octopus, which one have unique ability. It's very simple, he just can shapeshift his, well, not like shapeshift, he just put his tentacles in the way to look like other creatures. I think this version of Arceus will do something like that, but maybe it won't be necessary, like since he technically a psychic and already too powerful for our world to understand. Now, well, I'm thinking at looking at the final version of the drawing, I think maybe I could make a separate things and maybe add in some more empty spots. And we see the top tentacles, they're also empty spot. I think it's really unnecessary there because it kinda make you wonder where the hell it's from, because it's kinda big empty space, so it's kinda make the small tentacles behind it split out from originality. Well, from the original start. Yeah, don't know much to say. So I think that's it for the next type. Now for the fairy type, I decided to go with full originality and turn him into. Well, I exactly for a long time didn't know what to do with him because I was kind of thinking making him a fairy or something like that. But in the end, you know, I actually think I'm pretty good at doing guys, girls in animated style, like. I don't know, I done it a couple of times and it's look nice. I mean, I think best of my works could be done in this style. So I decided to turn him into, I guess, the fairest creature of them all. I make him look like Sailor Moon. Now, I have this idea, give him the crown. It kinda look like, you know, the Pink Lantern. I don't know how the character name. But also, yeah. Pick up elements of Sailor Moon, the Pink Lantern, those bow tie, well, not ribbon. He have those ribbons. Well, actually, I think I draw ribbon not that great. And here I was trying to do this element, then you just take an object and make it look like it's pointing that way. It makes it more realistic. Now I think the ribbon I kinda failed at this, but the rest look good. The hair, I decided to make them unique particles. I also like the way I did the hair, with those empty elements. But for a while I was going with those clothes. I also want to give him clothes, like Sailor Moon, but yeah, I will say that, you know, I noticed and then I'm saying something I will say the word a lot, like, also I would say like a lot, like I didn't do anything to solve that problem. I mean, I know I have this problem since the first video I made in this format that I talked, and I'm trying to help it, but it's not much helping it. Now I decided to give him, yeah, that's actually, does he have gender? Actually, now I'm thinking it, there's chance that Arceus is genderless creature, but no, I will refer to him as he. Now I decided to give them those boots, like again, I will say Sailor Moon one more time, and there's probably I will say it like hundreds of times because I don't know. Like I'm doing it right now, so I'm saying it right now. So for the budget, I will also go give him those clothes, piece of clothing with opening for his tail, belly, chest, and legs and arms. Now why? Well, because he will have a tail, he will have legs and belly and the chest because, I don't know, anime usually leave a lot of awkward parts of the body. So for now I think it's kinda look cute, and now I'm noticing it also have those elements of My Little Pony Twilight Sparkles. Because the crown have this symbol that she have her cutie mark. Yeah, it kinda look like this. So for the end of the drawing I would say it's also look nice. I would say it also will be in the list of my favorite. Like I would say the most my favorite will be a ghost type, maybe a fairy type, a psychic type. I like also the ice type I did, but the least I dislike will be the fighting type, the poison type, and what else? I think else will be fine. So here comes the next type I didn't like that much because it's a fighting type, and I just had to give him those veins out of his eye, like rage and this fury. But for much of the time I didn't know what I want to do. Like I have idea of making his body turn to show his front, and his head would be turned to the right of your side screen. But I didn't know how to do it perfectly. I didn't think of body mass. I mean, I was thinking to make him big and changing his color to something like a soft red, like pinkish red, or well, not pinkish, like mix of white and red. But in the end, I thought maybe I should give him those same proportion as others. Like he will be something animalistic, animal. Now I was going to do a gorilla and give him those tiny feet. Now kinda he look kind of like the poison type, where he will walk on his fists and then have weak legs. Of course, soon I say no to idea of weak legs because I thought it would be look ridiculous, and I draw his arms not that big, so they like that. Now I was actually ideating it because I didn't know to do much with him, so I could just draw muscles, but I decided to draw him those veins. Like when well he used this form, I think he will be really aggression, like testosterone and other stuff. No, yeah, not much to say. I think there's a reason why I hate it much. I mean, yeah, I hate it. I will not say any soft word. Now, could probably redraw it, but I actually don't know what I can possibly do with him. Yeah. So, not much to say here. I guess he will have strong both arms and legs, while his leg will be a bit smaller than his arms, but they still will be pretty muscular. And mostly when he will fight, I think he will fight like a gorilla, and maybe stand up on his legs, but I don't think it would give him any balance. Now, for the legs, I guess I kinda want to give him those claws, and something make it realistic the way he can walk. Now, again, not much to say in this drawing. Now he have claws on both arms. Also, I think I kinda draw his arms in a weird way. Like I kinda wanna make those fists where the big toe on the hand would be just bent a little bit, but I guess I can turn it completely different type of legs. Now here's I want trying to save this drawing while giving it a bit more details. And I was planning to give him those spines, like his spine is out of his body. Now for a while I was going to make it just spine outside of his body, but later I thought maybe it would be cool if I give it some spikes. Now I think the spikes was a nice idea. Although then spikes, I actually think maybe it's like a hiding. Although isn't hiding just a form of outside skeletons? Now I was drawing those lines, I will call it the spine lines, and because I want those spikes, not being like separate. I was erasing some lines, which in places where connection happens, I would draw. Yeah, how can I say it perfectly? It's, you know how spines have those segments, and I decided to each of the spikes should be a segment of the spine, and then there will be a segment that's just small and connecting those two things. Now, again, I'm drawing veins because, yeah, I sometimes I'm thinking that I'm drawing those creatures too empty without any unique sparks, so trying to fix it by adding some of more unique things to them. So yes, and I think I didn't like it that much, so I think I could do it so much better. Maybe in the future I do the redraw, then I got some more skills and maybe trying to fix that. Okay, let's go to the next drawing. So if I'm not mistaken, the next type will be Dragon type. And for Dragon type, set to show an Arceus into Chinese Dragon. Although Pokemon is a Japan game and probably making a Chinese Dragon doesn't make sense, although they use a lot of these kind of dragons, whatever. So I decided to go and give him the serpentine like body, something that I did with the poison type, but I did much better. Now I also want to give him those wings, which one will look like his arc on his body, the circles. I should probably be calling it arc, whatever. I will say whatever a lot, probably say how incompetent I am. Now for the tail I wanted it to twist and kind of be not like that I did in this form. So yes, I want to make wings like they are his arc. I will call that in a lot of things. So I actually didn't do this. Now I'm drawing his mustache. Well, not mustache, I think it will be some form of appendage growing from his chin. I think in books it usually say it's like dragon mustache, I don't know. Colors decide to go with blue and a bit of yellowish, something like we do with electric type, but completely different. Now, although I did want to make his wings like those circles he usually have, I said no to that idea, making those other form of wings. I would say typical dragon wings, although they don't look like that because it's the way I drew them. I can't draw them a bit too simple with a yellow part and this wing material, I will tell you later. Now for the tail, I actually like those drawing those spikes, like something like a sawfish, you know, sawfish. Now I found out not much saying here, like I think because he have wings, he probably will be already be a dragon flying type, but I don't know. I think in all typing there will just be one pure type, and those different appendages, different things will be just something unique. Now I was struggling with arms because I want to give them something like a claws, but I want them to be he's touching his hand on the ground and claws go up and those also touch the ground. But I was kinda suffering to do that the way I wanted to be. But I did draw them. And again I drew those spikes. Now for the second, I also will draw him legs, and with legs I think I did the same thing. But I think I didn't struggle that much. And I think I gotta make the third thing a bit higher with the spike, but I also like it. Now I think the lines here is a bit thicker than in his body, but because I shrunk the image and didn't shrink the brush, although I think it doesn't look that bad. Now I think soon I will do the wings and I will say what exactly I was going in my head. Now I want to give them those wings, like they will be separate. There will be a golden part and then there will be skin like from the bat. Now I actually want to make those wings translucent. Like you can see from them, though, showing that they're not actually that thick. Now actually they will be hard to break, that will be a tough material, but actually it will be like that. Now also I give him these unique features. Actually not, I think that would be enough because there's nothing else to say. I mean I did draw him those scales, because already I also draw scales with a whale water type, because I think for reptilian and fish it will be completely natural to do that. So after the next type. So the next type will be the dark type, and for the dark type I was kinda going with opposite of Arceus, well my normal type. So finally I decided to make his eye a bit different, like make it a bit frightening, like he's looking angry at you. Actually, I think I changed pupil only a couple of times with ice type, because I wanna make it like a snow. Now I wanna give him those horns, and I actually give him like one horns which kinda look like a helmet, and it's also look nice. Now following the shape I kinda give him make him like a camel. I wasn't going with that theme, but it's the way it's happened. Now I also choose a lot of dark colors and a lot of negativity. Does it sound smart? Now if you look I wanna go with a color, a typical color for him, but I wanna again make it look completely like an opposite. Although I think the opposite of yellow. What is opposite of yellow, by the way? I think about it. I mean, on negative camera it kinda look like bluish, I think, or maybe it's green. No, wait, I forget about it. Now he have this sharp, rocky helmet. Well, it's not actually a helmet; it's more like his again exoskeleton. Now again with the tons of spikes. Now while drawing this back spike, I was kind of thinking maybe I should make like his tissues a bit coming off there, but I thought it may be too negative. Although it doesn't sound like a bad idea. Now his legs also have these spikes, like his leg growing for those spikes actually will be something like his shoulders. Now for the tail, I wanna go with the spike I did for poison type, because I like the way the steel tails look, and making it end up with the sharp pointy end. In the end, I think it's also look cool. I think the dark type will be in my cool list. So, off to the next type. Now, the next and the last type will be the ghost type, my most favorite type in the world. So for this I was didn't know what to do, but it came to me really fast. I thought I should do the same thing what I did with grass type, make it a skull, and it's in the end it will fully be skeleton. I was planning to make Arceus skeleton with this ghostly matter, because I don't know, I think it's look cool. And again, it's very simple, but in the end, I don't know, like when I do it made too complicated, I don't like it. Then I make it very simple, it's kinda like it. I mean, no, like much of my drawings that complicated, like I'll say that electric type was complicated, but I like it, while the most my favorite will be the one that not that complicated. Or maybe my favorite because that's my favorite type. So I was drawn to make him the skull, the spine with the ribs, and actually I like the way I did the ribs. I know maybe it doesn't make sense, but the way they look right now and the rib behind, I think it's nice. Now also I want this green, well what green, this purple smoke to be covering his whole body, and it also will function as a legs. Like he will form different shapes using these smokes, but to move he will get his tentacles and slowly moving like moving them to move. Although he can actually fly. Move them to move. What did I just say? So yeah. See, those tentacles. Now when it comes to his bones, I can make only those ribs. I also tried to make those leg bones, but I was not planning to make them a full body, like I just throw them randomly around the body of this Pokemon. So his bone will be like floating inside of his body like in some form of liquid. And he can place them in any place he wants, like he can put his skull in his back and move his ribs separately from each other and other stuff. Now, actually I want this again to be very unique. Original, like I want to like I like to say. Now, again it's very simple, but I freaking like this. Also, I was kinda thinking maybe I should make him the same way I did the psychic type, but after some debates, I say it probably won't be necessary. So yeah, not much to say, and soon I would say ending last thoughts. Now that's already on our version video, so let's not keep any longer. I will say that I like the electric type, the ghost type, the psychic type, And I dislike the way I did the poison type, the fighters type, but in the end, they all look nice. I wonder about your opinion, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and other stuff. And have a nice day.